story seekers, my name is Liz and today we're talking about Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas.
You are now watching Elizziebooks.
This is a story about a girl named Selena Sardothian, and she is the best assassin that this land has ever seen ever before, and she's been trained to be an assassin for a while now. And lately she's been living in Dovier as a slave in the salt mines because of the fact that she got caught. She got caught, and now the king is like, hey, you're gonna compete to be my champion. Basically, this group of people fights to be his assassin, as in, like, he's going to tell them to go and kill other people. So you've got this group of people who are, you know, competing, and they're getting into archery and sword fighting and things like that. Basically, if you lose, you get to go home, but some of these assassins are getting killed off by someone or something. So the story is basically fantasy. You got a little romance, you got a lot of fighting, you've got a lot of world building, great world building, might I say. And of course, you've got this epic love triangle between Selena and the captain of the guard and the prince, and that, oh my goodness, I was just sitting there going like, what is happening right now? She also befriends this princess from a far-off land, and they become quite close friends and help each other out, and there's times where they don't trust each other, but all in all, they're, you know, kind of not really a match made in heaven, but they're definitely the kind of friends that, like, I feel like they were very well matched together. So overall, the story is quite great. I loved the fantasy aspects of it. The world building was really great. The secret tunnels and the crazy different kinds of characters going on. I feel like I was very scared of Cain, and I was very scared of the Ritterak. And, you know, I really loved the, with the fairy queen, the Queen Elena, I believe her name was, and that was a really cool storyline to bring into all of that, and to kind of like tie that all together, and to see, you know, where was this kingdom before and how it's changed now, how it is now, and with the king and all of his like mysterious what's going on, because there's a lot of like, what's the king doing now? Why did he come back without a lot of his you know, his company that he took out with him, and a lot of different stuff that, like, yeah, you'll see it in the book, and it's kind of like loose strings, or kind of like there's something more to this than what meets the eye, and things that it's definitely, you know, hinting that it'll be in later books. Can't you just tell me? Can't you just tell me what's going on? But at the same time, that's kind of like, it makes you want to read the next book, and she does that very well. I don't think she does it in like, hey, you have to read the next book. I think it's more like, you're gonna want to find out what happens to this, and what is the king doing, and what happens to Selena, and all these kinds of things, because, you know, she has to make some sacrifices and has to, you know, give up a part of, I feel like she's probably gonna have to give up a part of like who she is, kind of, in a way. Like, even though she's an assassin and she seems like at the beginning she doesn't have much of a heart, but you see that she's still a real person, and she still has, you know, likes and dislikes, and she still has feelings. I think I said that already, but, you know, she's still that real person, and she still has, you know, she's kick-ass, but she's still like a person. And so that's something that I liked about it, was like, you see that humanity kind of side of her, where she's just like, you know, unless I have a reason to kill somebody, I don't want to just... There are times where she gets a little stabby here and there, but it's within reason. Overall, I really liked this book. It was a lot of fun to read, a lot of just adventurous, good stuff, and just all the crazy stuff that happens in this book, and I was just scared for her life at sometimes, and just it's crazy. I'm gonna discuss some things that happened in this book, so if you do not want spoilers, you can pause this video and go tell me how excited you are to read this book in the below area, the comment section. Now that those people are gone, we can talk about, oh my goodness, why did she just like friend zone the prince? Like, I know, but at the same time, I was just like, she's like, we can still be friends, and I was like, no, Also, I felt bad for the captain. I'm forgetting his name right now, but it's like, as soon as I finish reading a book, I just forget the name. Kale. They just have weird names in this book. But Kale, I felt bad for him throughout the book, because he's just like, I think I like this girl, and she likes my best friend. I don't know if that feeds into like how he feels about the prince, as far as like, you know, the prince always gets the women and all the fun stuff and all that stuff, and I have to deal with the darker side of things, because yeah, the prince sees a little bit darker side of Celaena, but I feel like she kind of opens up in a different light to Kaol, and so that's a different kind of thing, and so they kind of get different aspect of her, but still they're both, you know, true and a part of her. So thoughts, if you've read this book, what do you think about all of that stuff? As far as, you know, love triangle, the different characters in the love triangle, things like that. Because I think her breaking up with the prince is kind of like an open door to be like, hey, Kaol, now's your chance, even though she's saying, you know, I shouldn't be involved. Well, she says she shouldn't be involved with the prince since she's basically working for him and working for his dad, but, you know, that doesn't stop her earlier when she was his, like, when he was her sponsor and things like that for the championship or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. So that is all. I hope you have a great day and keep reading.